Hello, magandang umaga. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon sa inyo. Ayan, start na tayo ng ating lesson. Merong mag-intay-intay lang tayo ng konti. Salamat sa mga nag-thumbs up. Thank you sa like. Paki-share niyo na lang 'to para dun sa mga gustong matuto mag-English, mag-aral today, lalo na yung mga bata. Yung may mga bata, may mga anak diyan at gusto niyong mag-aral ng English yung inyong mga anak, let them get online. I know it's Sunday morning. Yeah, it is Sunday morning sa Philippines. But I hope gising na kayo. Sige, mag-iintay-intay lang tayo ng konti habang hinahanda ko yung lesson. Okay? Makinig muna tayo ng music. Maganda ang ating lesson for today dahil tungkol sa family. Actually, yeah, medyo nagkakaproblema ako dun sa lesson mismo na yun. So, today, medyo baka papalitan natin ang ating lesson. Hello! Welcome to this free English language course or online lesson. Salamat sa mga nanonood. Comment naman kayo dyan habang hinahanda ko lang yung ating, binubuksan ko yung lesson. Ayan. Next natin. Naku, marami yatang walang kuryente ngayon sa Philippines. Kaya siguro yung mga students ko wala. Naku, kumusta naman kayo dyan? Kawawa naman. Anyway, sige, we will continue with this lesson para they can watch this pagka nagkakuryente na kawawa naman. I think yung iba walang power sa kanila. Excuse me. So, tutuloy ko na lang tong na to para sa aking mga students dyan. Ako. Okay, so, today, pala share natin. Alright, so, nasa na ba? Wala tayo. ayun. Here, okay. Okay, so today, ang ating lesson ay tungkol sa prepositions with time, at, on, and in. Okay? I know na pag nagkaroon ng electricity yung aking mga students, ay mapapanood ninyo to. So, but anyway, we will continue. Welcome to this free English live online lesson. Okay? So, today ang pag-aaralan natin ay prepositions with time. At, on, and in. Ano ba itong mga prepositions na to? Ano natin siya ginagamit na when we want to tell time or anything about time. Okay? So, dito malimit nagkakamali ang mga tao sa paggamit nitong mga prepositions na to. So, today, titingnan natin kung paano siya gagamitin at specifically ang prepositions at, on, and in. Okay? So, let's go. Alright, so sa specific time or specific day or specific date, we use prepositions. So for example, letter A, we use, because we're talking about time, we would normally say that as, we would say at 7 o'clock when we want to be specific. Actually, if when we want to be specific about time, we have to use at. For example, number one is at 7 o'clock. Okay, that's how you would normally say that, at 7, because we want to be specific. Or letter B, we would want to say at 5 o'clock. Okay, or whatever time that is that AM or PM. Okay, now when it comes to date, what should we use? Can you guess? Which one should we use for dates? Should we use at, on, or in? What do you think? You can comment your answer below about your guess, okay? Or if you know the answer, go ahead and comment. Just type in letter C is, for example, at, on, or in, okay? That's how you would put your answer. One of these, okay? What about Sunday? What do we use for days? Should we use at, on, or in? What should we use? What about year? Okay? And season. What about season? Hi, Tita Merly. Good morning. May kuryento ba kayo? I heard na wala kayong kuryente dyan. I hope that you guys are okay. Si ano daw walang kuryente kila Yvette. So, she cannot make it. I hope, is Cassie and Yuna there? So, when it comes to basically season, letter F is season. What do we use? Is it at, on, or in? You can take a guess. Which one should we use? Okay? So, when you have the answer there, comment it below. Okay? And so, now we're going to move on. All right? Let's see how we can use or what preposition to use for specific time of the day, specific time, specific day or date, or a period of time. Okay? Let's go to the next page. There we go. So, of course, when we say this letter A means 7 o'clock, 5 p.m., the date 14th January, letter D means Sunday, year, and then winter. But what preposition really can we use for these time expressions? Okay, so let's find out. I get up at 7 a.m. each day. All right. So what do we use for being for time specific? We use at. Okay, when we want to be exact or specific times of the day. Let me change the color of my pen. I want it red. So we use at for exact or specific times of day. We are present po. Okay, good, good. Cassie and Yuna, very good. So we will continue. Kahit na kayo lang na nandito, yung iba hindi makakarating because I think wala silang kuryente. Kawawa naman sila. So anyway, so let's continue. So when you want to be specific, you want to tell time, you always use at. Okay, so if you can read sentence number 1, sentence number 2, number 3, and number 4. So number 1 is, the bank closes at 1 o'clock. Number 2, don't be late. The meeting starts at 3 p.m. And number 4, let's meet at the cafe. But this is expression, preposition of place. This is what we are using for time, at noon. Or we'll talk about it at dinner time. So you see, we're using at because we're being specific of the time of the day. All these are specific time. 6 o'clock, 3 p.m., noon time, or dinner time. Okay? Next. Now, what about days? I don't work on Sundays. So we use on, the preposition on, when we want to mention days of the week or dates. For example, number 1. Can you guys read this? You can read it. I know I cannot hear you, but go ahead and read it. So number 1, he has tennis practice on Tuesday. Number 2, Christmas is on 25th of December. Okay, on the. And there's, we have to add the. Okay. Number 3, our weekly meeting is on Monday at 8 a.m. So we got 2 prepositions here. My birthday is on the 2nd. Okay, so if you notice here, I'm going to explain it to you more. Okay, when we use on, why is it some use the while others we don't? Okay, I'll explain that to you. I think it should be on the next few slides. So what do we use? When do we use in? When we want to mention year or longer periods of time. For example, months, seasons, years, or centuries. So here are some of the examples that we use in. Number 1, can you guys read it? And I'll read with you. My son starts school in September. That's a month. Number 2, in Australia, the weather gets colder in June, July, and August. Again, we're using in because we are mentioning months. Number 3, English is important for many people in the 21st century. Okay, 21st century is a year or century. Okay, it denotes time or long periods of time, centuries. It's so far away. Okay, when we talk about time that is so far out or longer periods of time, okay, we use in. You don't say on, you don't say at, you say in. Okay, another example is, I was born in 19 forgotten. Okay? Alright, I will not tell you. So because you will know how old I am already. Kidding. Okay. Next. At, on, and in. So, sige nga, you tell me which one. Okay, so here pala. These are still example. This is an illustration. This number 1 will tell you why we have to use at. Okay, because, for example, here, we use at because we want to be time specific. Okay, for example, like we want to say at 7 o'clock, at 9 a.m., at 6:45 a.m. Okay, because it's time. And number two, we use on because we're talking about day. Okay, not on the day. Okay, we're talking about days and dates. Okay, days and dates. For example, on Thursday, on 22nd of November, on Saturdays. Okay, and in, we use it for when we want to use like for season. Okay, spring is a season. In summer, in winter, in autumn. Okay, in 2010. How about you guys? Cassie and Yuna, which year were you born? Which year were you born? Can you answer that? Can you comment that? Which year were you born? In which year were you born? You hear my question? In which year you were born or were you born? Hi, Yvette, you made it? May kuryente na sa inyo? Okay. Good. Sige, bigay ko sa iyo yung yung link. Okay? Hang on a second, guys. Sama muna natin si Coach Yvette. Okay. Ayan, nawala. Nawala ako. Ayan. Okay, Yvette, sending you the link. Nasaan na ba si Yvette? Here you go, Yvette. Okay, so let's continue. Again, we are using at. Okay? At, time specific, on, date and day specific, and in when we talk about season, year, and centuries. I was asking Cassie and Yuna, in which year were you born? Can you tell me which year were you born? Put it on the comment. Okay? Sige, comment nyo lang yung answer nyo kasi hindi ko siya nakikita eh. Okay? So, which preposition? Now, here's something to practice on. Okay? You put your answers on the comments. Okay? On the comment below. Which preposition? Anong preposition is correct? Which preposition is correct to use? All right, so we got the three prepositions here. To complete the sentence, which one should we use for number one? I leave the house at, on, in 7 a.m. What's your answer? Number two, Jenny goes to yoga at, on, in Saturday. Number three, my dog loves to go to the park at, on, in summer. Okay, so what should we use for time? What preposition should we use for day? And what preposition or which preposition should we use for season? Okay, comment your answers below. Okay, next. Number four, we need to be at the airport at, on, in 4 p.m. Number five, it sometimes snows in my city at, on, in winter. Are you coming to the party at, on, in Friday? So which preposition should we use for these time expression? All right, comment your answers below. Next, at, on, or in. Number seven, the supermarket opens blank 10 a.m. Okay, when you put your answers below, put number seven and then your answer. Okay? Is it at? Is it on? Or is it in? Okay? Put your answers with the number. Okay? Corresponding number. So I know that you answered it correctly. Number 8. I was born blank 1992. Number 9. Paul often goes to the beach blank summer. Okay, again, time, year, season. Which preposition should we use? Next, number 10. So this is a lot of practice, okay? Again, you must remember at, specific, on is for, and in is for, okay? So number 10, we have a test blank Friday. Number 11, Robert goes to the gym blank Tuesday and Thursday. And number 12, Ryan and Sally are going to a restaurant blank 8 p.m. tonight. Okay? Again, your answers with numbers. So let's review. Okay? Again, at, on, and in with time. We use at when we want to be exact or time specific. For example, at 5 a.m., at 8 o'clock, at 10 minutes past 6, at 4 o'clock, at 7:45 p.m. Okay? Hi, Josie. Jocelyn, nag-message ka ba? Okay, sandali. Ay, okay. Okay, no problem. No problem, Jocelyn. We can do it again next time, okay? No problem. All right, let's continue. On. We use on for days and dates. Okay, tandaan nyo days and dates. Like on Wednesday, on weekdays, on the 3rd of February, on my birthday, on Monday morning. Okay, we cannot interchange them. You cannot say at Wednesday or at weekdays. You cannot even say in Wednesday. Okay, no, that's wrong. So we cannot interchange them. Okay, now let's go with in for longer periods of time. Now you have to think, if I am talking about something that is so far away, or I'm talking about longer periods of time, like years and like from now and in future. See, when I said in future, like it's so far out, maybe I'm going to talk about months and season and years. I have to use in, okay? You cannot say on May, okay? The only time you will say on May is if you put a number here on May 12 or on June 15 because you are still mentioning the number. But if you are only mentioning the month, you have to use in. Okay? These are very common mistakes that non-native English speakers, commit. Okay, so now you know. All right, next. Here are more examples. At and on with holidays. So when we talk about holidays, for example, Christmas. Okay, so here we go. Because we're being specific again of like a special day, specific at and on will do. Okay, sometimes we say at Christmas. Okay, but we say on Christmas Day. At Easter, we say at Easter, but we say on Good Friday. Now, when do we use at and when do we use on? Okay, look at the difference. If I say at Christmas, I could use at because there's no word day. There's no, this phrase has the word day in it. And remember, we use on for days. So that's why I can use on if I say Christmas Day. But if I'm gonna say Christmas only, I have to use at. Okay, at Christmas. I cannot say at Christmas Day. I have to say on Christmas Day. Okay? And we know Christmas days, when we say Christmas Day, we're being specific of, we're talking about December 25 or December 25th, right? And again, at Easter, this is a season. It's kind of like a holiday, not season, rather. But when we want to be specific which day at Easter, we say on Good Friday, on Easter Monday, on Holy Thursday, you know, things like that. On Ash Wednesday, because there is a day. Okay? All right? Is that clear? I hope it's clear. Next, let's go practice some more. Okay, I'm going to screenshot this so that I can post this on our page and you can practice answering this for, practicing at, on, and in. Okay? All right, I'm going to post that later. Okay, next. I'm not going to give you the answer here anymore. You just answer it. I'm going to post it on our page. Let's move on. The same here. Okay? I want you guys to answer this. This will be your exercise. All right? I'm going to do a screenshot here and post it for later for your exercise. Okay? All right. So let's move on. Let's see here. Now, how to make sentences. Oh, here's another great practice. Okay? But I'm going to teach you this first, and then the next page, I will give it to you as your exercise. Okay? So, number 30, which of these prepositions should we use for each sentences? Okay, for each sentence. Number 30, the concert starts at 8 p.m. That's a given. That's an example. Okay, that's our example for today. It's given. Number 31, there were no cars. And what is the great match for this sentence? We have to complete. We have to complete the sorry. Actually, this is the finish. These are all match, okay? So it's like that, but you need to complete it with a preposition to complete the sentence. So number 31, there were no cars. Which one should we use? The 18th century. Okay, so what should we use for centuries? We have, because it's a longer period of time. Which one should we use? We are to use in. Okay, let me clear that so it's nice. In. Okay, there were no cars in the 18th century. Okay, next. I was born blank the 24th of February 1994. The 24th, we have a date. So what should we use? When we talk about specific dates or day, we are to use on. Okay? All right? Next, the meeting is this afternoon, 4:30 blank 4:30 p.m. So, we're being time specific, so it should be at. Okay? Next, it's always very hot here. Summer, blank summer. Summer is a season. So, what should we use for season? In. Okay? Next, I usually wake up blank 6:30 a.m. What should we use for time specific? At. Okay? That's the answer. Okay? So I'm going to post this. I'm going to post this so you have an example. Oops. Nawala yung at. Okay? Alis ka muna dyan. We're just gonna delete this. Okay? Yan. And here. All right, I'm going to screenshot this and post it so you have a pattern for the next page. I'm going to give it to you for exercise and you have to answer it, okay? Saving that. Oop, again. Save it. Mm-hmm. All right. So let's go to the next page. This will be your exercise again. All right. And then we'll go to the next page. Let me screenshot this once more. Exercise 3. Okay. Next. So can you answer these questions about yourself? Okay. Well, you can practice this. Okay. As you read the question, you answer using the preposition. For example, number 1, what time do you go to bed? When I'm asking about the time, what time do you go to bed? So you should start your sentence or your answer with blank, for example, 9 p.m. So what should be the preposition? What preposition should you use here? Number 2, when do you have English lessons? Now, when we ask for when, we're probably asking for what day it is or what date it is. So when we say date, we have to say, for example, we want to say um, Sundays. Okay, so what should we put? Blank Sundays. What should we use for dates or days? Number 3, what time do you wake up most days? Time. Again, we're asking about time. So what preposition should we use? I usually wake up at, you could say this, I usually wake up blank, okay, 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. It doesn't matter, okay? That's how you would answer that. What time do you go to bed? You say, I go to bed blank 9 p.m. Okay? So what should we say? Okay, I'm gonna put the answer na nga para you know na. Okay, at 9 p.m. Okay? Again, we're asking about, we're being time specific. Time pa rin. Every time we say time, we say at. Okay? What time, again, is asking for time. What time do you usually eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner? What time? Sige nga, mag-comment nga kayo sa baba. What time do you usually eat breakfast? So you would say, I eat breakfast and time. What time? Huh? If you want to comment below, go ahead, okay? All right. Next, let's practice some more. At, on, or in. At, on, or in. I thought somebody was there. At, on, or in. Our house is very quiet. Again, night is specific time of the day. So what should we use? We are to use at. Okay? We can go to the restaurant Saturday. We can go to the restaurant blank Saturday. What should we use for days and dates? That's right. We use on. Next, I always go camping blank spring and summer season. What should we use? This is this is longer periods of time, far from now, okay? Because it's, for example, now it's here, it's summer, actually. But if we're talking about another season, we are to use yin. That's right. If that's your answer, you're correct. Next, I cannot talk blank the moment. Okay, the moment. Okay, now moment is actually specific time. It's not time specific like 7 o'clock, 5 o'clock, but now. It means now. Okay, I cannot talk now. So that means it's the time now. So what do we use? At the moment. Okay, because I'm busy. Next, the meeting is what? What's your answer? Hmm? Go ahead and comment your answer below. If your answer is at, you're correct. Good. And blank, the 3rd of January. 3rd of January, it's day. So when we talk about day, what do we say? That's right. If your answer is on, you are correct. Next, when I was a child, my parents always gave me chocolate, eggs, okay, chocolate eggs. And this is season or holiday. What should we use for holiday? At, on, or in? At, on, or in? What should we use? Ano? Di kayo makaguess, no? It's at Easter. Okay. What if I put here Easter Good Friday? If I put Good Friday, what should I put here? If your answer is on, you are correct. Very good. All right, next. So here's one thing. Ito naman, American English and British English, pareho siyang tama. Okay? Pero magkaiba kasi American English at British, they use it differently. For example, pag sinasabi nating on the weekend or at the weekend, ang American, they use on. Okay? Pag when they talk about the weekend. Pero ang mga British, they use at when they talk about the weekend. So this is an example. I never work on a weekend. Okay? I never work at the weekend. Or for example, uh, if I want to say, I'll see you. If you say on at the weekend, they're both correct. Okay? Except that if you're talking to Americans, you would probably want to use on. If you're talking to British people, you would probably want to use at. Okay? Because that's how they use it. It's not, both are correct anyway. Okay? Next. So um, for example, like myself, married ako sa American. So, laging ito ang sinasabi ko. Okay? I would say, another another, time that I would say this weekend, I'd probably say, when do we know? Okay. I don't teach on weekends. Okay. That's American. So when somebody asks me, nagtuturo ka ba ng weekends? It's a lie. I'm sorry, I'm lying. I teach I teach on weekend. Like now, it's weekend, diba? So, but um, dun sa mga paying student ko, hindi ako nagtuturo sa kanila ng weekends. Okay? Pero dito lang ako nagtuturo ng weekends kasi binibigay ko yung weekend ko dito sa pagtuturo ng free live English. O, 'di ba? Palakpak naman kayo diyan. Alright. So, yan. If I would talk, if I would be talking to a British person, I would tell, I never work at weekends. Okay, I would use at. Okay? Next, I eat breakfast in the morning. Okay? Remember, we use on for days. For example, I start work at 9 a.m. at 9 a.m. on Monday. Okay? So we use at for time, on for days. Now, but look at this. But we say, then how come? Okay? Then how come we say, akala ko ba we use at when we want to be specific time, a specific time of the day? Yes. Okay? If we want to say at night, at noon, yan, we could say at noon, at night, okay? At daytime, okay, yan. But if you want to say morning, you cannot say at morning. You say in the morning because when we use the article the, okay, because we're being specific of the time and we're using the, we have to use in the morning, okay, for this for this specific time of the day, morning, in the afternoon, because we're using the, we have to use in, okay, in the evening, okay, all right. But when we say evening, the evening, in the evening is just the same at night, but we're saying here the in, we're using in because we're using the. Okay, malinaw ba? Kapag gumamit kayo ng article the, kailangan sabihin mo in. Okay? Pero pag wala ng the, you cannot say in morning. No, always morning will require you to use the. That's one of the rule ng article the. Okay? Because being specific of time of the day, okay? At night, at noon, at daytime, at nighttime, okay? Morning, in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, in the wee hours of the morning, okay? We use in, okay? All right, clear ba yon? Next, so let's try this again. We learned how to use it when we use weekend. Okay? We also learn it when we talk about time of the day. Okay? And we also learn how to, which preposition to use at holidays. Holidays of the year. Okay? So, number 48. He works. Which one should we use? Okay? If your answer is at, you are correct. If your answer is on, you're also correct. Okay, one is British, one is American. All right, now next. Some people find it difficult to sleep. Should we say in the night? Tama ba yun? No. We're talking about time of the day also, but at night, at day, we have to use at. Okay? Now, if this is evening, we have to use in the evening. Hi, Yvette. Naku, nakahabol pa si Yvette.
Sorry po.
Okay lang, may kuryente na ba sa inyo?
Opo, coach. Kakabalik lang po.
Good, oh good. Malakas ba ulan diyan?
Opo.
Oh my
Ngayon po.
gosh.
Ngayon medyo mahina na. Pero kanina po.
Parang ayaw magpahinga ng ulan, ano?
Opo.
Si Lord yata nagdidilig. Baka
Mm,
naglilinis si Lord.
opo.
Anyway, it's okay. Number 50, I live in New York. Okay, but that's not part of our lesson today. That is using a preposition of place. I live in New York. Blank the moment. So again, moment is like you're saying now. Okay, so it's time and it's now. So what do we use? At. Okay, at the moment. But I always go home blank Christmas. So what do we use for holidays? Again, if there's no, pag walang word na day, what should we use? We use at. If that's your answer, you are correct. Okay? Next, let's see. This year, I want to have a party blank my birthday. Okay, birthday is a specific day. Okay, so what do we use for day? If your answer is on, correct. Kayo dyan. Okay, very good. Next is, I have to go now. I will see you blank the morning. Oops, merong the. So what should we use? Meron siyang the. We have to use in. Okay? Next, let's get a taxi. The plane leaves blank 10:30 a.m. Okay, time specific. What should we use for blank 10:30 a.m.? Sige, comment nyo nga. What's the answer? If your answer is at, you are correct. Okay. Next, number 54. Do you want to go to the cinema blank Friday night? Again, it's the day. What should we use for day? Sige, comment your answer below. Next is, I never exercise blank the morning. Again, there is an article, the morning. What should we use? I prefer to exercise blank the afternoon or at night. Uy, nag-give ko yung answer dito. Night. Alright. So if your answer is number 54 is on, you are correct. Very good. I never exercise in. Very good. And in the afternoon. Good job. Good job. Now let's go look at this again. Is it at, on, or in? Look at these specific times. A, B, C, D, E, F. Look at these specific times, days and dates, and longer periods of time. Can you make a sentence about each one? Can you give me a sentence that has these phrases, for example, or words, wedding anniversary? What is a wedding anniversary? Okay, for kids, this is the day that, couples are married. Okay, this is their wedding anniversary. Okay, where they celebrate being one when they get married. Okay, or when they got married. Number 2, letter B. Gawa kayo ng sentence with words wedding anniversary. For example, our wedding anniversary, okay, or my parents' wedding anniversary is blank December 1. Okay, something like that. Okay. Letter B, the Stone Age. Okay. So look at this. When you say Stone Age, this is like time before when there was no technology. That's a Stone Age. It's like Flintstones. Diba? You know Flintstones? The Stone Age yun, si Flintstone. So what should we use with Stone Age? For example, blank the Stone Age, we don't have cars. Okay? Letter C, 19th century. What do we use for 19th century? Again, that's periods of time, right? So we could say, blank the 19th century, we use horses more. Okay? If you can make the sentence, very good. Number or letter D, October. Okay, so what can we use if we want to use only October month? For example, Halloween is what? Halloween, paano ba spelling ng Halloween? Ayan. Hindi ko. Halloween is blank October. Oh, what should we use? Ayan given na yan. Number 5 or letter E, I go home or I get off work or I finish my online school at 5 p.m. All right, my parents are celebrated their wedding anniversary on the 26th of January. Wow, That's a good sentence. Okay. But you can also say, my parents celebrate. Okay, kasi they still celebrate, right? They're still alive. My parents celebrate. Okay? My parents celebrate their wedding anniversary on, ayan, yung preposition mo, on the of 26th day of January, you said. Very good. Now, if you want to use the word, uh, if you want to use the word or verb are, my parents are, okay? Now you have to use the verb present continuous with ing, are celebrating, okay? But if you're talking about like now, okay? So you cannot use are celebrating if you're talking about a date that is far away. But if you're saying, for example, today is their anniversary, you can say, my parents are celebrating their anniversary today. Okay, then you have to use are celebrating. Okay, because it's present continuous. And you always have to use a verb with ing with a verb to be. Okay, this is present. Okay, all right. Next and last, letter F. Hello, weekend. I love you. Ooh. What shall we do on the weekend? Okay. Uh, what should we use for weekend? At or in? Ay, at or on? At or on? Both are correct if you say yes. Okay, both you can use. At on the weekend. Okay, for example, let's make it capital. At or on the weekend, we will watch a movie. Okay, there you go. Okay, that's an example. Next, some more. Can you make, I'm going to screenshot this and you can practice making sentences. Where I'm going to, saan ko to ipopost? Okay, ipopost ko to sa Facebook page namin, ng Speak Taglish, tapos lagay niyo yung answers niyo doon ha. Pag may correct answers kayo, pag lahat correct answers, bibigyan ko kayo ng prize. Okay? Ayan, 4. Okay? Alright. May prize kayo pag correct yung answer nyo, ha? Okay, next. Now, let's make sentences here. This is what we're gonna do. We will find the match. So, let's match column A to column B to finish the sentence. So, let's do number 1, 2, 3, and 4. Can you find the match to finish the sentence for number 1? Ano yung ka-match niya sa column B? My mother often goes to church on, what would be? Can you finish that sentence? My mother often goes to church on, anong day ba tayo nag-church? Okay? Number 2, I often go running in the park at, okay? So again, on, so make sure, and then at. So this could be, if you say on, it could be a day, it could be a date. If you say at, it could be specific time, or it could be a holiday, or it could be a weekend. Okay? Number 3, Queen Elizabeth was born on. Again, when we use on, it's either day or date. Next, my parents always go to their favorite restaurant on, what special day is that? Okay? All right. If your answer to number 1 is Sunday, very good. Correct yan. Next, I often go running in the park. What about number 2? I often go running in the park at, okay, ano kaya ang sagot? Ano kaya? At, should we say at 21st April? Nah. Nope. Okay. How about, okay, sige, answer nyo. Hintayin ko yung sagot ha. I often go running in the park at, very good, yes, the weekend. Tama. Number 3, Queen Elizabeth was born on, ay, yung pala birthday ni Queen Elizabeth, no? 1926. Wow. How old is she now? Diba? Buhay pa? Grabe, no? Tanda na niya, pero buhay pa si Queen Elizabeth. Sobrang tanda na. Okay, so that is, yes, you're right. Ito yan. Okay. And then my parents always go to their favorite restaurant on their anniversary, of course. Okay, that's the only answer left. Okay, last and final slide. Okay, anong answer natin dito? 5, 6, and 7. Sige nga, sagot nyo nga. We have 4 minutes pa. I have an exam tomorrow at 9 o'clock in. Okay? 9 o'clock in what? Many people around the world give presents at, oh, give present. Kailan ba tayo nag-ano ng give love on, ay, give love pala yun. Di pala present. Mali pala. And then the author Ray Bradbury died in, okay? Namatay pala si Bradbury noon. Okay. He's an author. Okay. So, kung ang sagot nyo sa number 5 ay, tama. Okay. Very good. What about number 6? Anong sagot? 6 is, anong sagot natin? Many people around the world give presents at, ano ba? Okay? Medyo mabagal nga ang internet pala, no, Yvette? Ayun, yun pala yung sagot niya.
So,
Christmas, correct. Oo, medyo mabagal talaga yung internet. And last, of course, si paring Ray namatay nung 2012. Yan. Ay, uy, masama yan. Ba't tayo tumatawa? Palakpak. Kasi tama yung sagot niyo. Okay. Very good. Good job. Alright. So that's the end of our lesson for today. Meron ba kayong question? May question ba kayo? Meron bang question? Pag may question kayo, tanong kayo. Okay? Any question? Kung wala tayong question, tapos na tayo today. Okay? So, ayan. Thank you sa mga nag-attend kay Cassie and Yuna.
Yuna. Thank
My
you.
favorite student. Oo.
Wala po. Wala daw question.
Walang question. Salamat, Tita Merly, for letting them attend.
Thank
And,
you, Cassie.
oo, salamat, Cassie and Yuna. Okay. Anong grade na ba tong dalawang ito?
Wala po. Grade 3 and
Ano
what?
ba to, pamangkin mo?
Kapatid po.
Kapatid mo tong dalawang to?
Yes po.
Ang galing pa. Akala ko
Opo.
anak ng kapatid mo or something. Talaga?
Opo. Ako po ang panganay coach. Mag-isa lang kasi akong babae tapos nasundan lahat ng lalaki. Tapos sinundan nila ng dalawang babae. Yan, si Yuna at si
Ilan,
Kat.
ilan yung lalaki?
4.
Really? So, ikaw the
Yes.
eldest?
Tapos
Ikaw ang
sunod
eldest,
4.
tapos 4 boys, tapos
Yes.
dalawang
Yun,
girls.
7. Yes.
Oh my
Yung isa po
God.
nasa heaven na.
Oh, isang girl?
Yes po, si Karen.
Oh, sorry naman.
Opo.
Hmm. Anyway, parang parang kami din, we are 11 in the family.
Mm.
Buntis nga mother ko ngayon. Isa pang 12. Siya sa heaven, nasa heaven na rin siya.
Opo.
Silang dalawa ng putang, malamang. Kahit naka-12
Opo.
na kami, sila doon. Magkasama na kasi sila dalawa. So, pero buti na lang, diba, Actually nakunan din ng mother ko, nawala yung nasa gitna, yung pinakagitna, nawala. So ganyan din, naghabol din ng father ko. So at first, for Maria, no, not Maria, I mean 4 na girls. Sabi niya, "Kailangan makalalaki, eh." Nung nakalalaki para balance, kailangan maka-4 na lalaki daw kasi 4 yung girl, eh. Eh, kaso nakatatlong lalaki, biglang yung pang-4 naging babae ulit. Tapos babae ay hindi, babae, 2 babae which is kami, okey. Tapos naghahabol pa ulit ng isa pang babae para balanse dun sa lalaki dahil 3 lalaki. Ta's naging lalaki nga, babae. Eh, ayun, sabi nung boss nung father ko, "'Pag yung asawa mo nabuntis pa next year, sisante ka na." Kasi company yung nagbabayad.
Opo,
Gano'n
opo.
siya. So, wala na, tumigil na. Ayun, nagpatali na si mother. Kaya ayun, wala na. So anyway, we're gonna adjourn this. Thank you so much. Thank you, Yvette, for catching up. And
Thank you
thank you,
po.
Tita Merly again, and Cassie and Yuna. So, let's after this, mag-ano tayo, magkwentuhan pa tayo, may pag-uusapan tayo. Sige,
Yes
thank
po.
you so much everyone, and we'll see you guys again
Bye.
next week,
Next
okay?
week.
This is regular, so if you have friends that would like to learn English, ano niyo lang, i-share niyo lang 'tong live na 'to para matuto rin sila, okay? Kahit yung mga kapitbahay niyo diyan, yung mga, diyan sa area ninyo, kung may mga bata, paatinin niyo lang, okay? Sige, thank you guys, and have a great weekend. Ingat kayo diyan sa
Bye-bye.
ulan. Bye.